Drop into our divine soul knowing, into our divine spark of self-awareness. And I call it the divine soul. Many people call it other things, but this is the part of us that was thought into being by the all, or the creator. And in its evolution, it became evolved enough that it wanted to become self-sentient. And that impulse of looking within to know oneself and looking without or outside of it yourself, to see your place in the greater flow of all there is, and to co-create with each other, and to experience that, and to co-create with the all, or divine light, which is made up of an infinite intelligence that knows all things, an omniscient wisdom that knows how to manage all things for the highest good of all, and an omnipotent, unconditional love that can. So just rest into that aspect of you. Deep within the trunk of your body, your very center. And this infinite, omniscient, omnipotent, unconditional love that's flowing from the source of all creation is flowing through you, up through your divine heart, human heart, and filling your body. Now you're made of divine light, so it's not like anything is being added to it. It is the evolution of consciousness of every organ in your body is made of light. Every cell in your body is made of light. Your consciousness is made of light. And as it fills your bodies, your physical body, intellectual body, emotional body, psychic body, light body, spilling out and to the sphere around you in ever evolving, ever refining vibrations of infinite unconditional love. And also we're going to consciously send our unconditional love up through our hearts and into the center of the earth, and let it touch all living things, all realms, all beings, all dimensions, with gratitude and appreciation. Not only for how the earth nurtures your biological organism or avatar, but also of how you've been consciously and unconsciously co-creating together. And let it come back to you in a two-way flow. Allowing radiant health and the thought of radiant health to flood through every part of your being. And also sending that thought deep into the earth, to its very center. So that you make the individual adjustments, as do all beings, to live in complete harmony of radiant health together. And relaxing into your divine soul knowing. And acknowledging how divine light is flowing through you fully, freely, in abundance. Let go of any thoughts or ideas that no longer serve you for your highest good and the highest good of all. And allow them to be transformed into a deep inner peace and illumination. And knowing that we're part of the collective whole. Any thoughts or ideas in your conscious or subconscious mind of being separate from the children or the older people, let that be transformed into illumination and appreciation. And dropping deeper into your divine soul knowing, this is very much like when you do a stretch and you think, oh, I can't stretch anymore, and then you relax into it, there's always more stretch. So drop deep into your divine soul knowing, let go, and allow yourself to sink a little deeper. Remember, you're infinite, so you're never there 100% all the way. There's always deeper that you can go. Well, you can be there 100% of your conscious human conscious awareness of where you are. But there's always deeper that you can go. Just letting light flow freely through you from the origin source of all of creation through your divine soul knowing. And now let's let it go up through our hearts, divine heart and human heart, and then back up through the center of the crown of your head to the heavens. Sending it to all dimensions that you haven't even begun to dream of in beings. And allowing your brain synapses also to disconnect and reconnect to new pathways. Yeah, good. And let that circle back around and touch all living things. And on its way to you, let it continue to transform fears of the human consciousness that has driven behaviors of power games and greed and not caring, lack of empathy, lack of sympathy. Let all of those be transformed into divine awareness of all there is. And as you're resting in that, if you feel any tension in any parts of your biological body, tension in your head, just send light there and say, okay, let go, and let the light do the work. Your divine soul knows exactly what brain synapses need rewiring. Or if you feel any tension anywhere in your physical body, just place your attention there, let light flow, and let go. Let the infinite intelligence, omniscient wisdom, and omnipotent unconditional love of divine light do the work. And from a human point of view, just sit back and become the spectator. Your job is to let go. And the last part of the basic activation is when we send light to the far reaches of the known universe and beyond and let it come back. Know that you're doing this as the universe, as in a celestial point of view, but also the universe in terms of your individual paradigms. So drop deeper into your divine soul knowing, your origin spark of creation. Yeah. With divine light flowing from the source through your divine soul knowing, also recognizing that you are actually co-creating and flowing in divine light of all there is. So you're co-creating with that which is flowing through you, but you are also flowing in. Letting it fill your human heart and divine hearts full. And sending it out to the far reaches of your known universe and the known universe and beyond. And let it come back in a two-way flow, knowing this is still another aspect or another sacred geometry of allowing your transformation, your human consciousness transformation into illumination. And now dropping into your divine soul knowing, even deeper into it. Just take a moment and say, hi, to yourself. Hi. And feel the love flowing up. Hi. And join together in the center of this group. Very much like a flower of light where different spheres will come in and overlap. Let's create a flower of life sphere. Good, good. Maria, you don't need to visualize it. Just say okay and feel the feelings. Good. Now we're emanating light that is coming from the source through us individually and through our collective whole. Emanate that directly out to the divine souls of all people having a human experience, no matter where they originally came from, no matter what their agenda. Of infinite intelligence, omniscient wisdom, and omnipotent unconditional love, including the thought of radiant health for our individual highest goods and the highest good of all. And allowing that thought that we had had earlier, of allowing any thoughts and ideas that we had about children or the elderly, either conscious or subconscious. We send out the invitation to allow all thoughts about children and the elderly to be transformed into a deep inner peace and illumination that comes from the recognition of the divinity of all there is. including the divinity within, inherent in each of us. And from that illumination, allow the inspiration to rise up from the divine. To sustain a shift in perspective so that the children are taken care of, so that they're honored, so that they have a community, so that they are fed and clothed and housed. And for the ones who came in to teach, that they are heard. For we're asking and acknowledging and creating, co-creating radiant health on all levels, which includes our own individual and collective evolution of understanding what radiant health truly means. So that we may evolve individually, collectively, in our social systems, our political systems, our health systems, our health services systems. And on the opposite end of the human spectrum of aging, we direct our attention towards the elderly. Radiant health on all levels. So that inspiration rises up on how we can create a community that sustains and supports our elderly so that we can learn from them. And so that all feel like valued members of a greater whole. Valued members of a greater whole. Then on the subject of children, I would like to add particular attention to those children that have come specifically with thinner veils and specific missions. I'd like to send a thought to the collective consciousness to begin to pay attention, begin to ask, begin to honor, begin to see the divine in them. But you see, we can see the divine in someone else only to the degree that we see the divine in ourselves. So we return back to the fear of transformation into a deep inner peace and recognition of the divine within. And also, to all of those that are in between, there are many elderly that have things to share before they leave. And they're waking up to those things that they came here to share at this specific time. So for the radiant health, may it evolve to where they have a voice and they're heard. So may the inspiration rise up to create platforms for that to happen, both in the young and the old. And so it is. Amen.